Hi guys, welcome to this first video. My name is Javier. I started collecting Pokemon late last year. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh for the past couple years, since around 2018. Had tons of fun playing locals. Always kind of kept a close eye on Pokemon, but due to pricing, I always felt intimidated to even get into collecting. But late last year, I did some more research and really found my niche in what I liked. And I found that just kind of stick to my roots and what made me feel the best of what I gravitated towards, and that's Generation 1 Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is going to be Pikachu. I know it's cliche, but he's just my absolute favorite, even as a kid. And yeah, this is just a few months of me collecting, maybe going on to my third. But I had a ton of fun of collecting on the way, and my collection's really quite small. But I've been enjoying this hobby a ton, and for me, I really just kind of want to showcase my journey, since I'm starting out over again, because I kind of show you guys from the beginning of where I'm at and where I want my collection to go and what I've been really interested in. But yeah, without further ado, I'd like to go over my binder and show you guys what I got. Alright guys, so with the very first thing I want to show before I get into the binder is this is my first ETB Pokemon Center that I ever got. Fun story, the first ETB I ever got was Phantasmal Flames on launch day, non-Pokemon Center version. And I actually cracked my first Mega Charizard, the chase card of the set. And with that kind of luck, it kind of makes it scary to open this box, but being that this is my first Pokemon Center version, I'm heavily considering just keeping it sealed, just for fun and collections. Some really great cards in this set. So yeah, this is the very first Pokemon Center ETB that I got. And so we'll just keep it here. Again, part of the collection. Now let's go ahead and get into the binder. So like I mentioned before, Pikachu is my favorite. And there are so many of these guys to collect. But one of the reasons why I like this guy a ton is actually because you can hear that it's a metal Pikachu. Now this one's not in the best condition. It's got some chipping here on the sides, but nonetheless, it is one of the coolest cards to me, being that it's one of the original chunky Pikachus. There's so many versions of this card that you can collect, different colored cheeks, different kind of rarities, but the metal version is one of my favorites, and it celebrates the anniversary. And sticking to the anniversary theme, there is a Celebrations Pikachu in here. I believe this got printed, I think 3 times. This one's a lot more affordable than the original, obviously, but I like it because it says blank Pikachu as a birthday cake, and I find that to be very cool. All right, and then I'm just gonna get into one of the grails in my collection. Obviously, one of the reasons why you see it first. The Van Gogh Pikachu, this is what really got me interested in Pokemon in the first place. I was like, what is this card? I still have it sealed here. I was like, why does it look like a Van Gogh? Is that even possible to collaborate art and TCG collecting? But it actually is. This is one of my absolute favorite cards, and I took a very cool picture with it at the Pokecourt down in Meatpacking. But yeah, this is a card that sort of really started the collection and inspired me to get back into it. And I also bought this for my birthday last year as well. So very cool card, absolutely love it, and a starter of the collection. And going on next to that, this is going to be the Kingdra EX, the promo. As you can tell, these are both inspired by famous artworks, Van Gogh, the famous Japanese wave. This card is so cool and so slapped on. I can't recommend this enough if you're looking for reasonably priced, and I say that in the Pokemon world. Beautiful card to collect, in my opinion. It's so good, and I feel like every time I see it online, it does not do it justice. But this card's amazing, in my opinion. All right, next page. Again, Gen 1, one of my favorites. Oh, we got a very cool sneaky Pikachu here, actually. Let me show you guys this. Little sneaky Pikachu made its way there. We got the 151 promos. So this is the Mew EX and the Mewtwo. I like this one because it overlooks the city. I'm from New York, so that reason to me just resonates. It's pretty cool. Paladin Fates, Mew. Mew's, I think, a fan favorite. Probably one of the top 10s to collect. Over on this side, we've got some that I like because it's inspired by, no, not inspired, but made by famous artists and great to collect right now in the hobby. These are done by Shinji Kanda, a really hot artist right now in the Pokemon game. And I just want to show you guys this real quick because you can't deny, whether you are into Pokemon or not, these are some amazing artworks. There's a Pokemon Center version of this also that's absolutely stunning with this Magneton. Yeah, just two absolute stunners in my opinion, especially this guy. I really feel like this guy is gonna really be slept on, and we'll see the both of these do great in the future, I feel like. All right, guys, so moving on to what we have next on the page. Charizard. Charizard's so legendary. This one's one of my favorites. There's a connecting artwork to this. Again, Gen 1 is my favorite generation to collect from, so I'll always kind of gravitate towards him. I want to show you guys this guy in particular. So this guy, I actually got myself, and it was from my first ETB ever that I've ever purchased. So Phantasmal Flames ETB, and I got that in the first one. This is actually the card that I wanted. You know, obviously a ton of people want this card, but to get it in the first time in the flesh was unreal. Like my hands were literally shaking. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I never, even when I ripped packs as a kid, I never got a Charizard. So that to me was like cool and full circle. But yeah, these guys are like absolutely amazing. This guy came out the gate super hot. It cooled down obviously a lot from when it first came out. This one is also really special to me. This one is a very cool Charizard V. Again, another connecting artwork that I plan to buy in the future, but there's a one with him and the Venusaur in the back, and the second one they're like kind of fighting, which is awesome. They're in battle, but a sleepy Charizard nonetheless is very, very cool. And I got this as a gift for my friends, so staying in the collection, very, very cool card. This is the promo that you get when you buy the UPC Phantasmal Flames. I think this alone is worth getting and grading. I could really see this being a strong power player card in the future. And it also just looks amazing. And if you want to match this up Phantasmal Flames, they look really cool, like side by side in my opinion. And Mega Charizard in any form is awesome. All right, next page. So this one's going to be just some Gengar stuff. Not Gengar stuff, but really the only Gengar I have. He is awesome. He is also extremely hard to collect because Gengar is a Gen 1 Pokemon and he's been around for a long time. He has a lot of cards to collect and they can get quite expensive. Again, part of the reason why I never go too hard with collecting certain Pokemon for that reason. But this guy is so cool. I really hope that I can collect him in the future. There's two Gengar Grails that I'm looking at. The VMAX from Fusion Strike and also the new one from Ascend the Heroes. Just some of my recent ones as a favorite. Sabrina's Gengar is also very cool. Yeah, he has just so much amazing cards to collect. He's a fan favorite for a reason. And if you're just going to collect one Pokemon and you want to stick to one guy, you can't go wrong with just getting him. This guy I cracked myself. It just looks awesome. Not a super expensive card, but I like the color theme here that they're going on and being in purple. Yeah, but great again. Not every card has to be expensive to be collectible or cool. See, in my opinion, I think that's just a great card. All right, guys, so moving on, I did amass some EXs, some really cool ones. All of these I cracked myself. Just decided to keep them because I think they're great. But we got a Mega Gengar EX. We've got the Ikorio, the Latias from Mega Evolutions, this Mimikyu, which is also very nice. And to round it up, we got a Mega Lopunny, a Dragonite, and a Mega Lucario EX. So that's the end of this page. And I also have just some promo. Yeah. So here's another promo card that you get from Phantasmal Flames. But that's the collection, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate just any kind of thoughts or opinions on the collection, and I'd love to know what your favorite Pokemons are. I love this community because everyone's so passionate about it for one reason or another, whether they're getting back into it or loving it for the first time. Anyway, I think it's cool to see, you know, the biggest, most desired collecting. I would argue that it's Pokemon. I know it travels around to others, but this I feel is the wholehearted true of what people love to have and collect. And people are always in and out of it, but no matter where you are in your collection, big or small, I think the point of it all is just to have fun and enjoy it. And yeah, just take your time with it. No collection grows overnight. And that's what I kind of wanted to do with this. I noticed myself slowly starting to grow, and I was like, man, I feel like these would be great if I started making a YouTube channel and just showcase the collection of where I'm at. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.